Hey guys, Insomniac666 here with another Paragon gameplay for you guys. This time, instead of playing my old but goodie Chimera, I decided to play a little bit of Grim.EXE. I've sort of been wanting to learn a new character really well, and I think I like Grim.EXE just because he's a carry and a ranger, just both things are relatively different from Chimera, and also just the fact that like it's really hard to get Chimera sometimes because a lot of people, for some reason, want to play him, and a lot of people also, the same lot of people are sometimes not very good at playing him, so you know, he kind of almost gets a bad rap sometimes, but I, so I decided to try and get myself antiquated well with another hero and see how that goes, and I think I'm getting a pretty good handle on Grim. I think learning a little bit about how to not overextend myself, like what I'm doing here, right here. I'm sort of learning that, hey, I probably should not be extending myself this far, especially this early in the game, and as squishy as I am with how low of a power, how low of a punch I can lay out with Grim. This Bellica is pushing me and sort of poking me back, which I should have probably taken the hint there and probably should have just stayed back, but I go after that, and that's my fatal mistake, is where I popped my, and then, yep, the Servarog comes right in and just ganks me. I'm just there for the pickings. It was an easy, very easy gank, and fortunately my teammates pick me up and cover the tower while I die, but since they went over to cover me, I decided to go to the center lane and start covering them, start trying to lane up here. And I'm definitely still learning how to lane. I think for anyone who's starting out the game just like me, especially if they've never played a MOBA, they should definitely start off with a jungler, because then you don't have to worry too much about being able to lane. But right here, I get into a good little duel with my counterpart, another Grim.EXE, and we're both sort of just playing a little dance of trying to poke each other, but at the same time getting each other's minions down. And he makes a good push, but then he gets stuck behind my minions. He gets taken a little bit of damage from my minions, and then I decide to just ult right on him, which worked out pretty well. Got that kill, but unfortunately his buddies are there, and I try and get away, but unfortunately they kill me because I was pretty low on health there. But still learning the character. Go get a kill for a kill. It's not the worst thing in the world to happen to you. And this game actually, unlike most games, which so far have been usually take me around 40 to 45 minutes to beat, this game, the reason I want to show it to you guys is because this game actually only took me, I think this game was only a half an hour long, and so that's way better than I mean 10 minutes shorter than the average game I've been playing lately. I don't everyone keeps saying that the new patch sort of supposedly lowered game times, but for me it's still, most of the games I play still take 40 to 45 minutes. I don't, it made it worse. Maybe it's just the fact that people aren't getting into the meta as well enough, or maybe they're not exploiting it the way Epic wanted them to be able to exploit it. I'm still not sure, but of course there's all the new announcements of a new map, and oh, right here you see me get ganked pretty good. This Sevarog had my number the entire game, and so right now I'm going 1 for 3, but I'm farming pretty well, so I'm keeping up at least in that respect, and I'm at least keeping them, or at least our team is keeping them off the towers. I'm trying to keep them off the towers as best as I can as well, even though I'm 3 deaths in and only 1 kill. So I decided to sort of do a little bit of the situational stuff, try and help out with the harvester situation as well as lane, because I wasn't getting the kills early game anyway, but at least my teammates were. They were helping me out. And so, but I don't know what this team was doing though, because they were just leaving mid lane open. I don't know, maybe my teammates were putting a lot of pressure on the sides. I wasn't 100% sure, but oh, and then I get pushed away by the other Grim. And I think we're kind of doing the same little dance we did before, except for that Sevarog comes in and knocks me right into his freaking tower. I mean, that freaking Sevarog, man, just had my number. I don't understand how he had my number that whole time. Like, I just situationally, I just was unlucky and outskilled by him. And, you know, it was just, at least in the early game, I get a couple of good little hits on him later in the game when my ult's better and I'm hitting a little harder. And that's one thing I've learned about Grim, is that he's definitely not an early game threat, really. He's definitely a he is a late game guy. Like, he can crush in the late game because he can just whittle down a person's health so quickly that it's crazy, you know. But in this beginning game, it's really is a grind with him. And you know, I don't even think, you know, I think only probably the really good players can pull it off in a way that does that. But be able to have a good KDA sort of in the beginning of the game, because at least most of the times I've been playing with him, I seem to sort of catch up towards the end where I'm starting to lay the smack down on other people a little bit more. Sort of shoot at their tower a little bit, but then I realize that they're trying to three-person our tower, and I'm trying to keep them from doing that. The Sevarog, though, leaves off for a sec, so at least, but he comes back, and once again, that damn if it wasn't for that damn Sevarog, wouldn't be as dead as much. And just waiting to get back in the game. Yeah, this one the early game I just got, and of course because I lost, and we lost that tower probably because of my death, my multiple deaths. And this is probably the lowest I am at this point in the game. I just, you know, just totally completely feeding the team, but you know, still learning this character, trying to keep my head up, trying to sort of keep the game going, at least for my team a little bit. I think we're pretty even though with them at this point. My teammates sort of kept it going. Well, at least we took out that tower, and then I see this. This is one of those moments where it's like, I see the Sevarog, try and go for him, but he uses his bug out, and that's the thing that really makes me kick myself, is that I didn't use my ult in that one time. I guess I was trying to see if I could maybe whittle him down to basically nothing, then kill him, and that bummed me out a bunch. But then I see him here farming the lane instead of going back, but then he sees me, but it's too late because my ult is a super long range. And I love that GTFO, man. That's such a good weapon. Such a great sniper shot, especially the only annoying thing is when someone gets in the way of it. But besides, for the most part, it's a pretty great tool to use. And here I try and push a little bit of the tower, at least trying to put a little bit of pressure on him. Then I sort of back off just in case, yeah, I think his buddy comes and helps him out. And then go back to reclaim my card points. Grab mana potion, get back in the game. And so, you know, if you guys want to comment and see if there's any games you want me to play other than Paragon, it seems like my Paragon videos seem to be the most popular so far, so I think I'll continue trying to make as many of those as possible. I'm really excited. I mean, just the amount of changes, and like, as much as I complain about the new the new patch and the times taking longer, I am really impressed with the amount of new content that the game's coming out with for free, pretty much, and all they expect of you is to buy new skins if you want them. Like the new maps, the new characters, Quang and Bellica, and just every 3 weeks, and like that's definitely pretty impressive in my opinion. And like, I guess their whole angle for this is that they're trying to sort of develop this sort of esport-esque thing, like, you know, Dota or League of Legends. I don't know too much about MOBAs, so this is my first one, but I really like it. But this is definitely a kind of a new territory for me in a lot of ways. Oh yeah, and that Quang takes out the Bellica. But I mean, you know, I wouldn't mind trying to see what happens with this in terms of an esport. I think that would be an interesting thing. I think it would make for, as far as a spectator esport, this I feel like it would be way better than League of Legends or Dota when it gets off the ground. I think this totally could be a much bigger deal than those. At least I'm from what I understand though, most of those play in Asian countries like Korea and Taiwan and stuff like that. So I mean, I think this could play a lot better in American countries because Americans are kind of, they like their spectacle. But here I finally get my revenge on that damn Sevarog, or my second revenge as it is. I get to use my ult on him, ult all over him, my GTFO, and then I was trying to go in for a kill. If I had my ult still, if I didn't use it, I would have used it on that Gideon, and then unfortunately the Greystone gets that kill off the Gideon, but unfortunately he's totally surrounded, totally gets taken out. But right here, the good thing is, while we're keeping all of them busy, our teammates are sort of pushing either side lane, which is pretty useful. And then once again, our teammates push either side, and while they're trying just to hold with us in the center lane, our side guys are taking out both of their inhibitors. And so that's definitely helped us out, and I see them trying to push as well, so I try to... Oh, and then right here is a good... This is a good example of how sort of late game, how good a Grim can be, as I sort of whittle him down very quickly, just because I can get that distance with the displacement shot. And I almost ult him, and then that Greystone makes me lose that ult because he comes in for the kill rather than me. But I'm cool with that. You know, kills a kill no matter who gets it, really. I mean, he obviously gets the more CXP, which is more useful for him, but, you know, it's fine. So I think I'm like 3-6 right now, I believe is. But fortunately, as this game sort of goes on, see right here, this Greystone goes in for a gank, and I sort of help him out. And this time I get my ultimate off quick enough that I can actually I actually get the kill that time. So I think I'm 4-6, so you know, doing all right. And then I think, oh yeah, right here I see a jungle fight going on, and I come in, I totally get, you know, this Sevarog gets me a couple of times, but then fortunately towards the end of the game I totally get his ass back, like totally own him, like. But obviously I think my team in general owns him there, and obviously the Greystone gets that freaking final hit again, but whatever, it's no big deal. I'm not a huge kill person, but you know, while we're all here, I guess we just decided to go for our prime. And I think that's really what's like sealed the deal for us in a lot of ways. And it's Quang being an idiot. I mean, I guess he did a smart move at least somewhat, because he does get rid of that Quang, but I get the cleanup kill right there, which is really useful. I think I'm 5-6 right now, which is a more respectable kill to death right now, especially with how we've been pushing and being able to push in our sort of map dominance. Being able to everyone be around 500 and still have this lane dominance means we're not behind in terms of CXP or... Then we take out this tower, then we go for this Grim, slow him down. I mean, Grims are super squishy. Like that's one thing I think I'm gonna have to work on with him is being able to survive those sort of encounters, or learn to back the F up on those encounters, because you get fucked up so quickly. And this damn Sevarog, I just had a vendetta since the beginning of the game. Used my GTFO on him, and at this point I think they kind of realize like the game's kind of over, so. And I think the last second that Bellica gets a final kill off of me, but I think I go even for this, like 6 for 6 or so with all my assists. So I think it's a pretty good game, especially how quickly we were able to take him down, you know. So I'm still learning, but thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.